Do you have the game?
I can learn it. You can learn anything. You can. Honestly, if you do it enough, you can do it.
What? What? Welcome. As always, welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. It's the last day of the work week if you work Monday through Friday.
And if you're a PGA Tour professional, your work week has just begun.
Also, if you're on the Live Tour.
Yeah. Well,
is that different?
Equal opportunity employer.
When did they start playing golf? Did they start on Friday or?
Yeah, well, it's 54 holes.
No cuts? Did I get that right?
Am I selling you on it? What's your number? High nine figures?
I don't know. I don't really think in numbers. I'm more of a process guy.
It's not about the results, which is good on the Live Tour too, because it doesn't seem to be
you
about
win
the
either
results.
way.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
It's a special episode. We got Mia Baker.
I will say, before we get to Mia Baker, I will say the lawsuit kind of like that's the one that got me swimming.
In what direction?
Just like, oh, now you're gonna go sue the PGA Tour? Like, get absurd, why don't you?
Don't be swimming in those Greg Norman infested waters. I'll tell you that. I don't want any of that.
Wow, I was just like, and now, and honestly, like Monahan's response was like, you could tell like 97 lawyers wrote it.
Yeah,
but also I was like, that's how you do it.
I love
it was crazy.
You're so right, because sometimes you watch a movie and you'll be like, wow, 6 writers were in that room.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly. Every single lawyer had an opinion.
It was so intense, and I was just like, man, because like I don't know, like I operate a small business.
Yeah.
Jay Monahan doesn't, and I've met Jay Monahan. The guy's like the nicest guy on earth. Mm-hmm. I mean, really, like I remember there was one time where I walked by Jay Monahan, and he like made sure that we said hi and like walked back, and I was like, that's really nice. Like he's busy, and yeah, I just wonder, like he must be ripping his freaking hair out right now. Poor guy. I haven't really thought about him yet. You're just thinking about like Phil and the Chips.
Yeah, there are people on the other end. What's
What's Phil's band name?
What?
Phil
and the Chips.
Phil and the Stacks.
Phil the Flop. Sorry.
It's so funny that Flopshot is also
Yeah.
sort of the name of a failure of a film.
It's not a hit. I also wanted to hit this. We shot our friends and partners at Vice. We shot some assets this morning.
Yeah.
Your first swing of the day, your first 2 swings of the day.
Yeah.
Talking 8 a.m. If there's not a warm up, it's the opposite of a warm up.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely
I was ice cold.
Creamed those.
That ball. I don't think I've hit a ball as well as I ever. That was a straight ball.
It was a little weird. It was enough where I was like, was he at the range? What was he doing this morning?
Like my capacity to like both go light and dark.
Yes.
Yeah. This was a heavenly golf shot.
Sometimes it's just a social shoot where you're like, okay, I'll be incredible.
So sometimes it just happens. It's always great checking in with you. We got to have another check-in pod soon.
We're going to do a Q&A. We got to do a Q&A.
Let's do a Q&A.
It's time.
So we got Mia Baker coming into the show today. I really enjoyed this conversation. We got very personal. Mia is just such like she's got a lot to offer the game of golf. And so if you don't know who she is, like she's this personality on social media that came to becoming a personality, becoming an influencer essentially through like a deeper desire to change golf, which to some extent I'm here for, right?
She's also just someone who is clearly living out the plot of The Matrix, and she knows the code.
Yeah,
or at least she believes that, because she really believes in manifestation to a degree of confidence that someone like me and you, we both believe in manifestation.
I do. Yeah.
I guess she's actively doing it every day of her life.
What's your favorite Matrix quote?
It has to be, you're going to need a bigger boat. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. There is no spoon. I don't know. What is it?
Yeah. It said when he's in there and she says, what's really gonna boil your noodle is when you realize that those cookies aren't even there, or there isn't even a spoon or something.
Yeah, she says that there is. I think there is no spoon.
Yeah, but what I actually was thinking of when you started talking, I remembered that one. But I was actually thinking of I like Follow the White Rabbit.
Yeah, that's also an incredible scene. I love the beginning of the first movie when you're not in the code yet. You just know certain things are awry.
Wait, sorry. You referred to The Matrix as having multiple films. I would just like to point out that I I don't acknowledge the second and third films.
Do you know that a fourth one dropped last December?
Yeah, I don't acknowledge
Yeah,
that. I
that
don't even
one's not-
acknowledge that I don't acknowledge that one.
Your subconscious you.
Yeah, I've
is out on the
de-acknowledged
loop with
the
that.
even acknowledgement that I don't acknowledge it.
I really love that first movie. I have a deep personal connection. First R-rated movie I ever saw.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's a great film.
Mia was not in it, actually.
Mia Baker could have been, though. She's kind of
If you asked her, could you be in the Matrix? She'd say,
I'd say
give me
yes.
2 years.
her, like, she looks a lot like
Trinity.
Trinity, yeah. She's, like,
She does not.
she's got black hair.
Yeah. She's really sweet.
There's not a lot of, like, people in Austin that have black hair.
Is that true?
Austin, I feel like there's a lot of blondes in Austin.
I only ever see blonde. That's my girlfriend.
Your black hair.
I can't see anything else. That's the only hair color I can see. I found this about Mia. Did you know this? She talks about being a pandemic golfer on the podcast.
Yeah.
Did you know that she didn't swing a club for the first 2 months when she was practicing?
She talks about it on the podcast, JoJo.
Oh, was I there?
Yeah, I think so. You were jet lagged, my guy.
I might have
She
been.
literally is about to talk about it. And
Well,
you're
stay
mixing the
tuned
audio.
for that.
Jesus. Anyway, yeah, and she's got her own podcast that she launched called Unsussed with Mia Baker. And, the sussed is the...
Yeah, what does that mean, Eric?
It's British slang, which means well-informed. It means that she's not
Oh,
well-informed.
okay, so listen to that if you want to hear
You
someone.
want to become less informed, listen to that. No, Mia's very smart. She's very intentional with all of her actions. I love that. Yeah, and then she also just did a podcast with Rick, I guess.
Yeah, I think her and Rick just played golf together. And so you go check out Unsussed with Mia Baker. But first,
I want to tell you about my friends called FanDuel. And the deal with them is that you can get into betting on the PGA Tour with FanDuel Sportsbook this weekend. Check out the Wyndham Championship, which is the last event of the regular season. It's the Donald Ross course in Greensboro, North Kakalaka.
how do you feel about Donald Ross? Donald Ross versus Pete Dye. Go. One of them has to go.
Oh, wow. One of them has to go?
One of them has to go.
Whoa, that's super hard. Like, I feel bad about both of them, but I'm going to just say goodnight to Donald Ross. That's fucked, I know.
And goodbye to the Wyndham Championship.
Well, goodbye to the Wyndham Championship and Pinehurst #2 and many, many others. I think Pete Dye did more for the game of golf as we know it today with the amphitheater style seating. If you've ever seen the Players, that course was designed to have people on it, and that brings people into the game of golf right now. So I'm just going to pick Pete Dye, even though honestly, there's a few courses that I hate playing more than Pete Dye courses.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, and that's like, I don't know, maybe playing in upside down freezing rain.
That's my favorite clip. If you haven't seen the Can ERIK break 90 at the WGC ACC layout, there's a moment in it where he just talks about how he hates Pete Dye courses.
Yeah.
And then he looks to camera, he's like, "What? Who designed this course?"
Yeah. It was Pete Dye.
It was Pete fucking Dye.
I think it was 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Pete Dye.
Mm-hmm.
It was Kiowa, ACC, and what was the one before? I can't remember.
What would have been the other one? Pete Dye course. Oh, Sawgrass. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah, I'm blanking. But anyway, FanDuel, they're responsible for this whole thing. No, they're not. But anyway, last year there was a 6-man playoff.
Yeah, do you remember that Kevin Kisner came out on top?
I remember I was in transit somewhere. Wait. Were we remember we were at Pinehurst and there was a playoff coming home?
No, that wasn't that one. That was Cantley. That was the Cantley DeChambeau.
Cantley DeChambeau.
Which was that they had a 6-hole playoff, which was longer than the match between DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka.
Gotta love a drawn out match. It's not too late to bet this weekend. If you're an RGC member and a new customer to FanDuel, you can bet on the tour with a no sweat first bet. If you've never heard that, I don't know where you've been, but ultimately I've been talking about a no sweat first bet for so long, I may have just embedded it in my brain. You're going to get $1,000 back in free bets, so you're going to use that today when you go to FanDuel. You're going to get great promotions every day, secure and safe app, and you're going to get paid fast. So see for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook, and download FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign in using the promo code RGC to get started with your no sweat first bet of up to $1,000. Thank you to FanDuel, the official betting operator of the PGA Tour. Promo code RGC. All right, Mia Baker. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Welcome to the show, Mia. Welcome to the Eric Anders Lang Show. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, excited.
Where did you come from? You weren't always in golf, and then all of a sudden you were in golf, and now you have like this incredible golf swing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where it came from either.
You're like a manifester, though.
Pardon?
You're like a manifester, though.
A manifester.
Yeah.
In terms of I just think of things and then think it's going to happen and make it happen.
I don't even know how to introduce you because, I feel like I know like enough about your story to be like, what happened?
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy, crazy story. Really, I was working for a genetic testing company before I started.
Like doing what?
Product management. I work in tech. My background's in maths, so that's what I was doing before golf. COVID happened, of course.
Wait, it was COVID that changed everything?
Yeah, I went to start playing golf literally just before COVID hit. And then I went to buy some golf shoes because I needed all the gear. I thought, you know what? It'll look good when I play golf. And I couldn't find anything for women, which is really annoying because I am a woman. And I would like to wear female clothes.
Yeah.
Although I don't actually mind wearing men's clothes. It's all right. But I would like female clothes. And
you like to mix it. You have a little bit of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But at that moment in time, I wanted to be a woman. And yeah, just struggled. In England, I don't know how it is. I think in America it's much better. But in England, really, really difficult for a woman in golf to get into the game. Like even to buy clothes or anything. Pro shops don't sell it.
Right.
Or anything. So I went to the UK's biggest golf retailer, which is American Golf over here, into their shop to try and
What's
buy
it called? It's called American Golf?
It's called American Golf.
That's fucking weird.
They wanted to be you, but in England, clearly.
Right.
I made that up. Don't listen to that.
Right. Interesting. So you went there.
I went there. They had nothing. Turns out they pulled all of women's and all of juniors from all their stores across the country. So you can only buy men's stuff in there. So yeah, I ended up getting in touch with the CEO of American Golf, as you do.
Like on Twitter? What happened?
LinkedIn,
How did you do that?
LinkedIn stalking.
Wait, whoa.
Yeah.
And this, you still have the job. You still have the job.
Have the job.
And now, is this still early, pre-pandemic?
Yeah, like November.
Oh, okay.
2019.
All right.
Is when that conversation happened with American Golf's CEO for the first time.
And what was read it to me. What did it say?
So it was a little bit about, I'm not one to just complain. I like to.
I can get that. I see that.
Things that
you have
can
constructive
make
criticism.
better. Yeah. Even more than that, how we can actually make it better, what
Yeah.
needs to be done, that type of thing. So obviously going on social media, you look at golf accounts and they're all male dominated. Like it's not inspiring. I want to be inspired when I go on. I'm like, oh yeah, I love that content. Like I can really resonate with it. And there's just nothing on there.
What was the content that you saw?
Men in clothes, men playing golf.
Men in clothes.
Yeah, that sounds
interesting.
I mean, that's good, right?
It's true. What you're saying is not a lie.
Like men in golf clothes.
Yeah.
There we go. That's better.
Golf clothes. Yeah. Ugly golf clothes is what you're trying to say. Or
there was no women in golf clothes.
Got it.
Basically, it's just male orientated, and it wasn't very inspiring for me to go on and feel like, oh yeah, like I love what she's wearing, or wow, she's got an amazing swing. I'd love to be like that in future. And when you're starting, you don't know where to go, so you do typically start with the brands, and then you find the people after, unless someone's introduced them to you, I would say, or you've got lucky and it's somehow suggested it on your feed. So yeah, we had that meeting, and then I was basically talking about
it was a Zoom meeting.
It was a call for
a phone call.
Call then in person.
What did your letter say? How did you get a meeting with the CEO of American Golf? Which must be, how many stores do they have in the UK?
They have a lot of
a couple
stores.
dozen, right? I mean, it's a huge company.
Like over 150 or something.
It's a massive company.
Yeah.
And you're on the phone with the CEO.
Yeah.
I'm already lost.
Yeah, I mean, lucky day, eh?
What did you say in that message?
So I was just talking about quick wins, long-term strategies. I really took my consulting background into this email because I just felt like it was unfair. Like I've been so lucky and I'm so privileged in my life. Anything I've ever wanted to do, I've been able to do it.
Manifester. Keep going.
Yeah. And then now this was the first time I hadn't been able to. And I just didn't believe I was the only person going in who wanted to start a sport, considering I love sport. I love playing sport. And I was told I couldn't. And I was like, that's really strange. We're in the 21st century here. How strange is that?
To be clear, no one said you couldn't, but you're saying that culturally the door or the tunnel or the path wasn't really there for you to like go pick up a women's golf gear because, like you said, American Golf discontinued the sales of that
No, they pulled it from the stores.
They pulled
so
it.
you could get it online. But I went to the store and I said, is anything for women? They're like, no. You're like, what can I buy here for a female? They said nothing.
Yeah, and you're just like, scratch my head until my hair comes out.
Yeah,
What the
and
fuck?
And it's really strange. But it's changing in the UK now. But yeah, back then that was the norm. So anyway, this very long email about all these things.
How long did it take you to write the email?
I don't think it took me that long because I was like, boom, 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 boom. You know, when you have those moments.
You were hot. You were like popping. Okay.
So yeah, it had a lot of stuff in it, and there was a lot of things I wanted to do. And obviously the main goal was to then get women's clothing in all of their stores eventually, which they do
For you.
now. Not just for
That was
me.
your goal. Oh.
Yeah, that was my goal.
Yeah. Got it.
For lots of women.
Right. Yeah. For women at large.
Yeah,
For all
yeah,
the women.
Yeah.
And well, fast forward, you did that.
So it was actually him who said me you should start an Instagram account. And
No
I
way.
thought, I don't know if I can say this, but
You say whatever you want.
he's an older man, so
Got it.
traditional golf
Right.
style male, and I was like, cringe. He's telling me to start an Instagram account.
Why cringe? Oh, because it's like belittling or something? Or
I was like, if someone's saying, oh, you start an Instagram account, and the connotations associated with influencers is negative, always negative.
Tell me about it.
Who
Yeah.
says influencer and they go, that's so awesome.
Yeah, you really make the world a better place.
Yeah.
You don't hear that all the time.
No.
Okay, so old guy says you should start an Instagram account, and you do.
And then I thought about it. I was like, no way. And then I thought about it. And I was like, I can't find any inspiration for myself out here. Maybe I could be the inspiration.
Wait, so I'm dying. This is so cool because I don't know any of this.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, right? All I know is that I found your account. I don't know how, but I found your account early on, and I was like, oh, like I get it. She's like getting into golf. Let's see what this is like. And that was 2.5 years ago. I think we connected early on. So this is interesting. Now, hang on. So
things get even more interesting.
Yeah, it's going to keep
so
going.
Weird.
Yeah. Well, it sounds. Yeah. I mean, I can't wait to hear what your dreams are because it seems like all of them have come true from what I understand. From what I understand through the lens of social media. But so at the time, did you have a personal Instagram account, or were you like anti-social media type?
No, I had a personal
Okay.
Instagram account.
And you liked it.
Yeah, I didn't
You
use
used
it that
it.
much. I was like more of a stalker on it.
Oh, interesting.
As in like
Fascinating.
in a non-weird way, but
Yeah.
I kind of look and see what other people are
Not a
doing
weird
more so
stalker.
than posting myself.
It was a way of you
Keeping
were
up with the world and my friends.
right. Okay,
There we
checking
go.
on your friends, not stalking. Interesting. Yeah, cool. You got your news from it or whatever. It was kind of you would look at it, but you wouldn't post a lot.
Yeah.
Then it switched.
And then it switched.
Got
and
it.
I changed that Instagram account to my golf account.
Yeah.
So I kept it the same account.
Okay, which is if you're listening, it's in the link in the description below. What does it mean? What does it mean? Your name's Mia Baker. What is the
My
ELAX?
name
What is
is
that?
Mia Baker.
Oh, Ella. What's the X? Why is there an X in there?
Because someone had already taken Mia Ella.
Fucking jerks.
Yeah, rude.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what ELAX is. It's not a name. I don't know what that is.
Some people
Ella
call
got
me
it.
MiaEllaX, and I'm like,
That's
huh?
what I thought it was.
Oh, really?
That's
That's also what it says if you type it into one of those like voice automated things. MiaEllaX has just received a message.
That's funny. I love when Siri tries to tell me who's texting me. It's like, yeah, she mispronounces a lot of names. So you start this account and then you're like, still have the job. When do you leave the job? That seems like maybe
Okay.
the next point.
Well, actually, what happened was I was still working. So my genetic testing company I was working for pivoted to become a private COVID testing provider. So we did all of the COVID testing for Premier League, ECB, Matchroom, like all the big sporting brands. And we were working crazy hours. Like every weekend, we had 10 p.m. stand up every night. We'd then work till like 2 a.m. up at 7 a.m. So it was like very intense. Thinking COVID, people were either working or they kind of weren't. It was tough for everyone. And yeah, so basically I was living with an ex-boyfriend
Okay.
and they had a garden, which is really lucky because I live in central
They?
London now.
There's
So
more
him and his
two boyfriends.
mum.
One.
2 boyfriends.
Just
Not quite.
stalker, men with clothes. Okay, got it.
No, so yeah, we went and stayed with his parents, and they had a garden. So I bought a net so I could go out and hit a golf ball, and I started kind of practicing watching YouTube videos. So I started practicing my golf swing. At the same time, I was also getting in touch with a lot of other golf clothing brands because I went to them directly to try and help them better design women's clothing, because as much as I'd love there to be more clothing out there, I didn't actually like what was on offer for me anyway. So even if it was there, I didn't want to buy it. So I needed to go there as well. So start with them, also go to the retailer who's distributing it. And then I wanted to get better at golf because I don't like being bad at things, and I wanted to be able to go on a course and beat everyone and anyone who I played with.
Yeah.
So then this company called Skillist got in touch with, which is an Skillist.
Skillist.
So it's an online coaching.
Oh, cool.
app. So my whole swing that I've built has been through online coaching. And my coach lives out in Asia, and I've never met him in real life. So everything I've done is just through sending videos.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's quite unique, I guess.
Yeah, that's probably, I don't know how common it is, but I've never heard of it before.
Yeah, I mean, I think it might be the new way of doing things. It's really handy because if you would live a busy life, doing a little and often in terms of your learning is very, very good, I say. Rather than having a 1 hour lesson once a month, forgetting everything, you don't practice, and then you turn up and you're literally at the same position in terms of your golf as you were last time, except you've been playing and you've been practicing bad habits, and then you've got an even worse swing.
Yeah, I agree.
Depends on what your goals are.
I'm an example of that.
I'm sure you're not.
Play too much, don't practice enough. Yeah. Okay. So you're working with Skillist then, and is that just for fun, or is that like now you're starting to, make money in this new job, or is this still just early days of you're just like, this is amazing?
No money. Everything I did was for free. I didn't start earning money till like a year ago. But basically, I was hitting a ball into net. I really loved it because it took my mind.
I remember these days.
Yeah.
I remember you just hitting the ball in the net.
And I couldn't see my ball flight. I was practicing a swing, learning a swing to go out on a course that I couldn't yet get out on because we were in lockdown. So
right.
we were stuck inside. So I was practicing this imaginary golf swing.
Yeah.
But not knowing what happened to the ball.
Why didn't you go to the golf course?
Because it was shut. It was lockdown.
Oh, right. You guys had a crazy lockdown over here.
So
I'm sorry, I
do
forgot
anything.
that. Yeah.
So
In America, it was a little different. Like the courses were only closed for a couple months. You guys were like 6 months.
You were like up and then open, then not open. Then
That's amazing.
open.
Yeah, right. Because you got into golf and then golf closed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, you're kind of, it's weird that you're into genetic testing. Like that was your job because you're kind of like a petri dish golfer.
What's a
petri dish? Like grown in a lab.
Yeah.
You're like
curated through the perfect golf.
Yeah, you're like genetically modified.
Yeah, because I
your swing
did a big stint where I didn't even hit a ball. I was doing body movements. Do you remember that?
I do.
How wild is that? Now I go back, I'm like, what was I doing? But
yeah, you were just like constantly moving. I was like, what? She needs to go play
5
golf,
minutes
dude.
every day.
Yeah, your swing is too good, by the way. You've been playing golf for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just not fair.
No, but it took a lot of time and hard work and a little bit every single day, and it means more than doing 1 or 2 hours one day, if that makes sense.
I got into golf and I bought a driver and a range token. That's no lessons, no online.
Yeah.
I just hit the golf ball as hard as I could in like jeans. And anyway, that's kind of why I'm so bad. So
but I live off confidence, and if I don't feel confident, I feel too nervous. Like at school, I was one of those people who would revise so much before a test exam because I want to make sure that I could do well in it.
Right.
Because I get nervous. So practicing and being good enough so when I get there I don't feel stupid is like something that is part of me.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah, so it's basically I was revising my golf swing for when I went to practice my golf swing.
Yeah, you were like, I'm going to go out in public. I need to feel good about this.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
We can unpack that on another episode. That's so. Yeah. Okay. So like, what else? Like, so then you have the net, and then what's the first round of golf like?
do you want the honest answer?
Yeah.
I cried.
Really?
Yeah.
When? Before? After?
It was so hard. To be honest, I should have gone out in summer, but I went out in winter and the ground was so boggy and I was fatting my shorts and it was raining and it was the most awful experience of my life. And I was like, why am I doing this? This is not a bit of me.
I've had that.
Yeah. And when you're bad, it's like triply bad. There's not even anything to be happy about.
Yeah.
So I think we left after 2 holes.
Oh, 2 holes. That was it.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
And who were you with?
My ex-boyfriend.
And was he a big golfer at the time, or?
not massive. Like his dad was massively into golf, and that was the first time I'd ever experienced a golf course because my dad's a computer gamer, so our childhood has been playing computer games.
Fascinating.
And so we didn't really go out on the golf course that much.
Right.
Or at all. I don't know why I said not much. We didn't go on the golf
At all,
course.
ever. Yeah, I mean.
So when I went out, I was like, oh my God, there's places in this world that look like this.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Like, people like properly mowed the grass.
Right, because at that time you had been basically, your golf was like in a garage more or less, and now here you are on like this manicured garden.
Before me wanting to buy my golf shoes, I went on a golf course in a golf buggy, and that was the first time golf world was opened up to me effectively.
Yeah.
And then I went on this golf course in England, and I was like, what the hell? This isn't what I signed up for.
Oh, because it was not pretty.
Yeah, no, it was muddy.
Yeah, oh, gross.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, that does suck. Yeah. So, but you leave after 2 holes. I'm shocked about that, honestly.
And then I went straight back to the range because I loved the range.
At the course? Or you went to your house, to the net?
Either the net or at like a driving range.
Right.
When
that day?
Not that day.
Okay.
I think I had a break that day. I was I'm going to give it a rest. But that's why I think I barely played on a golf course for my first year. And I got quite a bit of slack, I would say, for people being like, go out and play. But I wasn't ready.
Right.
In my world, I was not ready to play golf.
What does this say about you? Tell me more. Because you said that you want to feel confident.
Yes.
But is that all it is? Does this example have other ways that it manifests itself in your life? Like, did you not drive for a while? You know what I mean, or something like that, or
drive
a car?
A car. No, I drove.
Okay.
I was a driver. Like, I just like to be good at something. I guess I like to accomplish things before I move on to the next thing. To say, I've done my job here. Now let's move on. And I wanted to be good enough at the range where if I picked a spot, I'll be able to hit it and do what I wanted to. So when I get onto the course, my next step is learning how to use my swing better. Right. Which I'm starting to do a bit better, but I don't know.
Have you met anyone else like you in that regard?
I'm still looking for them.
Yeah, I don't know them.
I think I'm a bit weird.
If it's you, she wants to meet you.
Yeah.
That'd be
it's
interesting.
A bit strange, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
I don't know.
No, it's great. What do you mean
nervous.
it's strange? It's great to be strange.
Different.
There's someone out there like you.
Yeah, there will
I don't know how you haven't met him yet. You should hold a casting.
He's like me.
Yeah.
Does a bit of everything.
There is someone, I guarantee it. There's someone out there who basically was like, I'm not... Well, for me, actually, when I started playing golf, I actually was under the assumption, incorrectly, that all golf courses were private.
Yeah, yeah.
So all I did was hit the range for a while, and then I realized that you could go play the golf course, but it was very quick. It was like a week or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then I just ended up... And then I started just playing a lot more at Twilight.
How old were you when you started?
I was 29 or 30.
Oh, okay. Later?
Yeah, later, yeah.
And you just went straight in, bought your clubs?
Oh, I bought one club. I bought a driver.
Club.
And then later I bought some irons. Like 2 months later, I bought some irons.
So you played on a course with just a driver?
I think I borrowed clubs. I think someone gave me a couple clubs. Yeah, I mean, it's all a bit of a garage sale for me, you know? But...
And you just... Like, how did you even start?
My brother.
Right.
He convinced me. He was like asking me a lot to play. And finally I was like, okay, fine. Even though I don't like golf, I've never tried it. I don't know what it is. So I finally tried it and I just fell in love immediately. And it was just like one mediocre shot. And I was like, okay, I'll do this every day now for the rest of my life, I guess. So, but anyway, so then you're going to have a sip of water. So I'll keep talking. Then at some point, it's a job. Now, golf, you work in golf.
I now work in golf. I left my job last summer.
Was that good? Was that the desire you wanted, or was it just kind of like, well, I guess this is happening?
Actually, to be brutally honest with you, I was at the brink with my other job, and I was just working myself so hard, and I think I was just extremely burnt out, and I couldn't cope anymore. And so it was more, I wanted to go on a summer sabbatical from that job to have a break for myself because, I just couldn't cope. And then my summer sabbatical turned into a winter sabbatical, turned into a gap year, turned into where we are now.
That's great.
Yeah, so
that's
my gap year's nearly over.
I want to do that. And so what's next?
Well, I feel like I've retired because every day I wake up and I love my life. What do? I've written a children's golf book. Did you know?
I did see that. Yeah.
Yes.
What's it called?
The first one's called Just Don't Give Up. The second one's called Do You Really Think So? Which is actually really cool because loads of teachers have like got in touch saying that they've got it in their schools, which I think is really cool. I didn't even think about that as something that could be used for, but I thought it was really cool.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
Yeah, I mean, golf teaches so much, right?
Yeah. American Golf have women's clothing in all of their stores across the UK. Check.
I feel like I'm getting the rundown of a movie.
Yeah.
This is like a feel-good movie. You're like beginning, middle, and end, and done. I'm like, that's a 20-minute movie.
Yeah. We started recently hosting golf events, like really accessible ones.
Okay.
Which the last one I did, honestly, it was like the best moment of my whole entire life because I wanted the event to be cheap so people didn't have to pay much. But I know you have to put a price on a ticket because if it make it free, people might
Nobody cares.
not turn up. Yeah, exactly. So £10, but you get a free drink. So not only you pay money, but it's like enough to get you there, but you get it back in your drink. So it's still getting that free element, but the incentive of a drink.
Yeah.
It's in a sim, so it doesn't matter about the weather because England can be unpredictable. And obviously with sims, you get the clubs, so you don't need any clubs to play. And they've got all the TaylorMade styles in there, and they're absolutely incredible. Oh my God, I love them. And then, yeah, you go in, and the last one was just for women. Pretty much everyone was under 35, apart from one lady who was kind of old, and she said she felt old. And I was like, no, you're not old.
Oh, she must have loved it, though.
And it was one of the coolest things ever because I found so many other people who were in exactly the same position. Oh, I do like massive giveaways there as well with all the Adidas clothing. So they get to like take something to feel inspired to go back out on the golf course.
And this is clothing that you've sort of consulted on.
So I'm sponsored by Adidas and I work with their global design team. So when they first sent me my first box of clothing, I went, like, this is above and beyond, but I wrote an Excel spreadsheet and I rated and commented on every single item.
This is just, you did this as not an employee.
Yeah.
You were just like,
that was when I just got signed by them.
Right.
And I got my first box of stuff.
So they were paying you as an influencer. They're saying, here's, the clothes where now you wear these when you play golf. And then you went the next level and said, here's what I actually think about all the clothes.
Yeah.
Were they like,
Well, I felt like I needed a reason if I didn't wear them. I'm not going to wear stuff I don't like wearing because then I don't feel cool or fashionable or however I want to be. And I don't want to represent myself as something I'm not.
Reasonable.
I want people to meet me after seeing me like on social or whatever and be like, oh my God, you're exactly the same. And I'm like, yeah, I am. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I don't want people to be like.
People say that?
Oh, so
no one's ever said that to me. What does that mean? Does that mean, why did you laugh?
People say that to you all the time.
Do they?
Yeah.
I'm the same?
I wouldn't say the same.
Someone said to me here, they were like, you look so much better in real life. And I was like, okay. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult.
That's a compliment. They're being nice. That's a compliment. That's so interesting.
Yeah. So it was a lot of reds, I'm not going to lie.
What?
It was a lot of red.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You had some constructive criticism.
Now looking back, I'm like, oh God, you're pretty brutal, Mia. Like, passionate.
You're just so,
passion.
What's one word that describes you?
I don't know. Interested?
Yeah. That's interesting. It's kind of a joke, but I mean, it is actually, it is. I mean, you're kind of more than that though. You're like interested, but like you also are kind of like, it seems like,
I like the doing of stuff.
It seems like there's a level of responsibility. You're a very responsible person, it seems like. You know what I mean? Like it seems like you've taken on a level of responsibility regarding your role in X, Y, and Z. Whether it's golf, whether it's, working with Adidas, whether it's helping women.
I like doing that. That's the stuff that I enjoy.
Why do you like it?
Because I feel like I'm doing something productive and beneficial. I hate wasting time. I have like a fear of wasting time.
Oh, wow. When was the last time you wasted time? Come on.
When I sleep, it's kind of...
Jesus. Sleep is like the most important thing.
I know, but I do like to get my 11 to a 7.
Yeah. You got?
As in, I go to bed at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
And I wake up at 7 p.m.
Yeah, at 7 a.m.
7
Yeah, that's
That
maybe
would be
that's part of the
wasting
problem.
time.
You're sleeping 19 hours a day. Yeah, you could sleep less. You could do 12 to 6 probably. Would that work for you?
Yeah, but
You could do that.
yeah.
I can improve that.
Thanks.
I think 12 to 6 is actually fine.
I
Not for you.
think genuinely women need more sleep than men.
Oh, yeah, I've heard this.
Yeah,
heard that,
because
yeah.
I think I don't know what it is about us, but we need
You do
it.
more. You think there's more going on.
Mm,
You know what I mean? You guys, is it true that women are better at multitasking?
I know. I have heard this. And
I've
I think
heard
it's
this.
True.
I can't do it.
Really?
Yeah, in fact, podcasts are very hard
Why? They just
because
chat.
they can't get distracted. You know what I mean?
It's like a therapy session, really. You have to
Who's the therapist?
both of us.
Oh, interesting. Communal therapy, yeah.
I think you're the therapist, actually. Like for me, this is a therapy session.
Yeah, I'm
like
working.
letting stuff
I'm
out.
working. You're
Yeah.
chilling. Yeah, because you're just sort of like hanging out.
Yeah, you'll ask me questions,
Waiting
and
for-
then I'm going to like things I probably wouldn't even share because, you know, when do you ever get to sit down and someone actually listens to you
Yeah.
for your whole spiel without being like, I'm kind of bored now.
Look at my
Where's-
phone.
Yeah.
I've got something to say. I want to. Oh, this is about me now. I'm going to tell you a story about me. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's pretty. My favorite thing about the podcast is that it's very rare that you have an uninterrupted period of time where the whole point is just conversation.
Yeah.
Usually, it's I don't know, something else going on.
Yeah, it's so insightful to listen to podcasts. I think it's really great. Well done.
You like listening to podcasts?
Yeah, I do. But I haven't listened to yours.
No,
I have my own podcast too, which I do, which is
I don't
kinda
listen to a
fun.
lot of podcasts, so
Yeah.
I don't blame you. But what episode are you on for your show?
17.
17.
So I've recently started it,
It's new.
but it's a bit of a mix and match one.
What does that mean?
Like some of it is talking to really interesting people. So one person I spoke to was the engineer, designer of the Metalwoods of the Stealth, who is a female, and she's absolutely incredible. Lives out in
What's
the
her
US. Michelle Penny.
Okay, great.
You know her?
No, I don't know why. I should. I work with TaylorMade. I don't know her.
Well, you should find out because she is an absolutely exceptional woman. And then other ones I've got like golf course confessions. People writing in saying what they've done on the golf course that is a bit dodgy.
Interesting. Like,
So yeah, it's like sometimes a bit of like.
I
light
want to
entertainment.
listen to that. I'm not a big podcast listener, but I'll listen to that.
Yeah, because
What's the show? What's it called?
it's called Unsussed. Because
Unsussed.
it's like the opposite of being sussed out. And I don't have anything sussed out, and I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. I'm just kind of going along with it. So
That's going to change. I mean, it's not true. First of all, and second of all, your perspective of yourself will change because that's just not true.
yeah.
I can tell.
But you know what it is? If people are like, oh, what are you doing next? And you're like, honestly, I can't even tell you what I'm doing tomorrow because the opportunities that come in off the back of hard work are things you never even think about.
Yeah, but you know what you want to do. Kind of. You know what it looks like. You know what it smells like. You know kind of what it feels like. You'll know when it happens. You know that you want to be free. You want to be impactful. You know those things.
Yeah.
You don't need to know what model car it is, but you know that you want it to drive fast and be red or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what I find really interesting though? Like, yeah, obviously all of that, but being in the golf world as a very new golfer, but like really I'm in the golf world now, aren't I? Is how little I know compared to everyone else because they've been playing for years, and I feel so stupid, or I say really dumb things sometimes. I'm like,
Do you?
you're such an idiot. Yeah.
What do you say? It's dumb.
I just ask silly questions.
Again, I would just like invite you to like reconsider the use of that word dumb because like it's not dumb if you haven't learned it yet.
Yeah.
That would be. Imagine telling a 2-year-old that they're dumb and you're like, I've never spelled the word and. 2, maybe a little young, but you know what I mean. Like,
I
you know,
just
it's
find people just laughing at me all the time. I'm laughing at myself, to be fair, but
yeah.
like it's just over my head.
But that's actually what makes you a great mouthpiece, right, for your own like community, right? It's like, I wish I didn't know a lot about golf, to be honest with you. Because once you know a lot about golf, what goes away?
Yeah. I mean,
Curiosity,
yeah.
right?
Like one example, they've got the Swilcan Bridge here. Firstly, I keep calling it the Silicon Bridge, which is
Fascinating.
totally the wrong name. Secondly, I went there and I was like, is that it? It's so tiny. I thought it was going to be bigger. Like, it's very underwhelming. And then someone else comes to me and they're like, Mia, every golfer through the history of time has walked across that bridge. It is iconic. This is St. Andrews. And there's me being like, oh, what's that? Like, is that it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just a totally different perspective. But unless you've learnt it, like you said, you genuinely don't know. And I just think there's so many people out there like me, which is the one benefit, who are exactly the same and don't know these things yet. They don't know the golfers yet. I'm learning the golfers and sharing the golfers I learn as I go, because I miss Tiger Woods. No offense on Tiger Woods, but I've only ever seen him play bad.
Dang, you didn't. Oh, that's right, because you came in after the 2019 Masters.
Yeah, and people are gonna be like, "What, Tiger Woods?" But it's true. He doesn't. I wish he had that magical feeling to me, and I'm trying to find it, but it's really hard to resonate with someone when you've not seen them shine. Obviously, I could go back and watch the videos and yada yada. It's just different. It's just different.
Yeah, there's a lot of like iconography, like, you know, it's like the old course itself. It's like a celebrity, and if you don't, it's like it would be like just turning on, you know, some other, like cricket. It would mean nothing as a newcomer. You're just like, this doesn't mean anything to me. But someone who's been watching it their whole life, they're like, that's so and so, that's so and so. This is a big deal. This game. So yeah, I mean, it's just about the stories, I guess. But for you, it doesn't seem like that's what it's about, though. It seems like golf is about something else.
I just want to play, and I want other people to have the option to choose to play it. I don't think everyone's going to love it, but I think people should be allowed to have the option. And that's it.
Yeah.
You make the decision yourself. You do you. Enjoy your life.
Yeah.
There's so much. The better you get at golf, the more fun it gets, without a doubt.
Without what?
The better you get at golf, the more fun it gets.
Yeah.
Like, it's really fun going out and playing well.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
So, like, as far as your game, like, where are you at now? You don't leave after 2 holes, I'm assuming.
No.
Now
Actually,
you just go.
I played in 2 tournaments in my life, in my golf career.
I saw that just very recently, right?
Ladies
you
European
won.
Tour.
You won something.
We won. My team won. I was like, what?
That was crazy.
Trophy.
Yeah, that was crazy. I saw that. I was kind of like, shit, she looks really happy.
I was on Sky Sports. I couldn't believe it.
You're on Sky Sports this week.
Yeah, but I'm doing social media for Sky Sports, and I might be on telly. Mom. Yeah, it was pretty mad. I mean, I like holed a putt from off the green. I had no idea it meant anything. Meant that we were like still tied second rather than dropping back a space. And then I got a par on the final hole, which means that we went into tied first for the playoff, and then my team won a lot of money.
Did they really?
Yeah, I didn't. I thought they were going to give me like a little 100 in the back or something.
No cash for you. You're an amateur.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was crazy. Couldn't believe it.
Did they take you out to dinner at least?
No, but like I said, I got my trophy.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, what's like next? What else? What do people not ever ask you that you wish they did?
I don't know about what they never ask me. I mean, obviously I want to do more, always want to do more and do different. Like, what annoys me in golf is you see the same type of photos coming up online all the time, and I'm like, who is creating like the next inspiration? Like, there's like trends, but I want the next trend. Do you know what I mean? Like, copying is fine, but there's so much more that you can do, and I want people to see golf and be like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I'd love to, just give it a go or something. Or I don't know. Do you know what? I actually don't know why I care so much about golf. Like, I really love it. Maybe that's why I care. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, why do you care so much about golf?
It's a good question. Yeah, I mean, you think about it a lot, right? When you play a lot and you're like, why am I doing this? It's a lot of things. Like, it's like a mixture, I think it's different now than it was in the beginning or in the middle, I think. And in the beginning, it was like I was obsessed with becoming a golfer, kind of, like feeling, like you said, confident on the and just being able to show up and be like, I can get around and not lose a ball, kind of.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Like, that was a goal, right? Like, can I not lose this little thing that I'm hitting hundreds of yards? That was kind of a big obsession for me in the beginning, like being self-sufficient, kind of. And then it was kind of like score associated, like I wanted to break 80. And then it quickly changed, and I got into the golf content space, and that was really that. And since then, that's kind of really been like, I love golf and I love playing, but for me, it's actually more about kind of like what you were talking about, like leaving a welcoming hand to the game, and using the tools like currently available to do that, whether it's like YouTube, podcast, social media, whatever, events. So for me, golf now is more of a like, you know, identifier for people to be able to get together and develop inspiration around. The game is beautiful. You can travel with it, and then it's like everyone says those things, and it's all true. So and really now for me, I'd love to make something that kind of can grow on its own, and then become something that is like you know, that has its own personality. I'm not talking about a person. I'm talking about like a group of people. You know what I mean? That's like, okay, can like, you know, because I felt so specifically about the game when I got into it, and in some sense, I probably felt quite like a little bit similar to the way you felt, which was like, like where's the you know, golf guide for people who you know, want to spend $50 throughout the year on golf? You know, how do I do that? How do I spend as little as possible? Or like, how do I like, you know, find people that are like, you know, me, and I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of not a lot of that for some reason. But then through social media, we all found each other.
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know if I answered your question, but
yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Like, I love golf. I don't know if because it's changed my life, I love it, and I want it to change other people. Which sounds so cliche. Legitimately, it has changed my life. I now work in golf. My life is golf. I play golf. Like, everything is golf. Like, it has actually changed my life. Yeah, I just love it.
yeah,
I love everything about it. Like, the opportunity there is from a business point of view, from a personal point of view, a mental point of view, a social point of view. Like, I've grown up very isolated, I would say, very like on my own, and I don't like that feeling, and I don't want other people to feel that feeling. I hate people being alone or feeling alone. Like, I don't like it, and I don't think anyone should have to go through that. So golf can make it better.
yeah, it really can. But it is a game that you kind of play alone.
Yeah.
Strangely.
Because I'm also a person, I don't like being dependent on other people. For example, my podcast, I either have a person or I don't have a person, but I'm still going to do it.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't want to have to wait around for anyone.
Yeah, that's a good dynamic.
And I'm
to
quite
set up.
impatient.
Are you really? Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, can I do it? And if someone says, oh, well, we have to go through this hoop, I'm like, I'll just go do it myself quickly or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'll just get it done.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I think being impatient is fine.
Sometimes it's good to like wait and chill a bit, and otherwise you're living your life like constantly.
Right. Yeah.
It's really annoying.
Yeah. You tell me. Yeah, I don't know. I mean.
Yeah, you're very chilled. I can tell.
I'm pretty relaxed.
I want that.
I'm actually not that impatient. Am I? Not that impatient. That's fine. Whatever. We'll talk about it later.
So many questions this week about you.
I don't know. I'm learning. I'm meeting myself. Yeah.
Do you like to, like, have you been to golf courses around the world yet? Have you gone on travel lists? Do you have course bucket lists?
She just got back from a big trip. A couple big trips.
Where did I go?
I don't know. You were playing golf with palm trees everywhere.
Oh, I was in Bali. Yeah, that's a trip.
It's not that close.
That was a holiday though.
But you played golf?
For that, yeah. It's like, it wasn't for work, is what I mean.
Okay.
Like, the weird thing for me is I never play golf without like doing some sort of social around it. Like, that is golf. I don't play golf like a normal person. People are like, what's your handicap? I honestly never play a full 18. I'm filming, I'm stopping, I'm skipping a hole, like keeping up with pace of play. Like, it's just very different.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. And they're like, so what's your handicap? It's like, you don't understand. It's not normal, you know?
Yeah, I'm like post that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, I actually played. I'm frequently whatever. It's not this when you're that much in it. It's like a chef, you know.
Yeah.
They don't like set the table and like sit down to dinner. They like eat while cooking. You know,
Yeah.
it's a much more
yeah.
messy environment. You know, when we're working in golf, you're like, I'm here for this. You know, and one of the most fun times Simon and I ever had was like we were in Punta Mita. And we just went around the golf course and just took a bunch of photos and like put the ball in cool spots and made cool shots. And it was just like, we both just had a great time because like we both love photography. And so it was kind of like, oh, we're not going to play golf right now.
Yeah.
We're going to play photography.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah.
I have moments where I get to play golf and I'm like, this is so freeing, not doing anything. But you know what it has made me? It's made me feel less nervous in front of things. So if people are like, if there's cameras up, I honestly swear down, I play up to the camera. Like my swing will be absolutely perfect for the camera. Take the camera away, I lose concentration. It's like there's nothing there.
Yeah, actually the same.
It's weird because
Yeah.
you're so used to it.
Yeah, I'll play
Without it,
better
you're
with
like,
a camera.
"What?" Yeah, it's so bizarre, isn't it?
Depending on the situation. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird.
So what else? What's next?
So obviously I'm doing Sky this week. Honestly, I don't want to be a tour player. I know I don't. Like, it's not what I want to do.
I think is that in the cards? Is that possible?
I mean, if I worked really hard, anything's possible, right? But I don't
Really?
want to do it. Yeah, why not?
I kind of want to say you can't, just so that you do it.
I feel like I could.
I feel like are you that kind of person?
If I want it, you can make it happen, right? Why not?
I guess, yeah, it's happened a couple times. There is a precedent.
Honestly, work hard and you can do anything. I honestly swear down. If you genuinely want it,
Yeah.
you can get it. But it might take some people longer or some people less long, but whoever wants it can get it.
Yeah.
Just different.
Can we unpack that though? Like if you were to be a tour player, like what does the next 3 years look like for you if you're going to be a tour player?
Intense.
Like training?
Yeah, every single day. It would be. And you'd have to have a clear training plan and you'd have to work with a proper coach and you'd have to practice with purpose and you wouldn't just be hitting random shots and you'd have mental coach and you'd have course management and you'd find out exactly what you need to get to the top. That's it. Simple.
Honestly, like it'd be incredible if you did it.
Yeah, but I don't want to do it.
You don't want to do it. Why
Imagine
not?
playing this back though. Like,
It'd be fucking sick.
should we do it? Should we be tour players?
I don't have the skill. I don't. Do you have the game?
I can learn it. You can learn anything. You can. Honestly, if you do it enough, you can do it.
What? What? What's like?
does
I don't know.
everyone agree with
What do you like? Can I ask you some performance related questions? Would you mind?
Sorry, what can you more?
Performance related questions, like
Yeah.
how well, like what do you? So you don't keep score, but you must have kept score.
Yeah, but the thing is I haven't practiced my golf that much because I do so much in and around golf.
Yeah.
My core focus has moved from me getting much better at golf, if that makes sense. So
Right. Yeah.
that's why I also couldn't be on tour because I like to do lots of different things. And I feel like I'd be giving that up and that's
Right.
not a trade-off I want to do.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't have a best round that you're trying to beat? That's what I was getting at.
My best round, I think, was like 86.
Okay.
But, I mean, I honestly swear down to you, I have not played enough golf
Right.
to even... Like, if I played more, definitely. Like, I've been playing for 2.5 years. I've had 2 summers. And my first summer, I barely went on the course because I was too nervous and a bit of a scaredy cat. And then the second summer, it's been, like, intermittent, got my confidence a bit more, playing a bit better, but not playing enough.
Right. Okay, so we'll just leave it at that. You're deciding that you don't want to be on tour.
Do you know how hard that lifestyle is?
Oh, I
What
would
they
not
do
want it
is
in a second.
Unbelievable. Like, it's so tough mentally, traveling, the cost. Oh my God, that's unbelievable. I don't know how they survive. Like, it's not financially viable for me because I
Yeah.
want to live a certain standard of life.
Yeah. Yeah, it does not sound fun.
Yeah.
And then what do you do after that? What you're doing right now?
Well,
You know, you go like, then you commentate on Sky Sports and you're like, well, I'm already doing that. You just got it all. You know, you're good.
But I couldn't commentate. I don't know enough about golf. I'm like, oh yeah, that
Yeah, you
grass
could.
looks nice and
It's
green.
fine. Yeah, people would enjoy that.
Looking firm.
People at home, they don't know what they're talking about. They're watching on TV. They're like, I don't know what's going on. They're just like trying not to fall asleep, you know?
No, I think I would be a terrible commentator.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm not. Yeah. Okay.
Hold
Fair.
on, do you think it'd be harder for you to be a commentator or a tour player?
That's a
How
good
does be a
question.
tour player?
Harder to be a tour player,
Yeah.
yeah.
Commentators, you
So
sit
you-
in your
so-
little box and you watch your golf and you
You
comment.
could put your mind to it and become a great commentator.
Yeah, I don't want to. I could squat up at home. I could learn everything there is to know about golf, and I could talk the talk and practice and do all of that. And I don't want to do it. It doesn't sound very interesting to me.
Yeah, it's pretty boring. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
wouldn't
to my, not to my.
I usually
taste.
watch it with the sound off anyway.
So
Sorry,
you're
Nick.
further than me. I don't even watch it really.
Yeah. It's actually even truer. What else? Anything else?
How different do you want your life to be in 10 years?
Ooh.
How different? In 10 years, that's a long time. A lot happens in that time.
Tremendous amount of time, yeah.
I'll be old. Oh wait, how old are you? Oops.
Probably older than you will be in 10 years.
I'll be young. In 10, it's such a long time. I'd love a house, like my own house. Simple but sweet. I've always wanted a home, like a proper home, one base. And I'd love to have a studio with a golf simulator in it, a little like setup like this for a podcast area, computer, and doing something that helps other people as well. But I get to do all of my content, and then I just go to maybe the big events and I do stuff in and around there. But like giving back gives a lot to me, and it feels selfish sometimes because I'm doing it because I'm, you know, we say, oh, I want to give back to X, Y, and Z, but I know I'm doing that because I feel better for it. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's not like a true giving back because I'm getting a benefit from it.
Fair. Yeah. I think the Dalai Lama said that if your number one desire is to be happy, that's actually selfless, because happy people tend to be more patient and, you know, be kinder and, you know, give their time to people who need it. So, you know, that's okay.
Yeah.
The Dalai Lama approves of you is what I'm saying.
Oh, cool.
He's
Thanks.
like, good job. Yeah. Yeah. Give back because it feels good. It needs to ultimately be selfish in the end anyway, right? It does. That's just the way we are.
Yeah. I don't like that though. Selfishness is not a trait that I think is nice.
Yeah. I mean, I'm agreeing with you, but I'm saying, like, you know.
If you don't have an element of that, then actually.
Do you believe in God?
I don't believe in God. I believe in something. I believe in energy.
Okay. So there's some order. There's some consciousness. Yeah. So the way I would say it is like the way this whole thing has been designed is clearly we have an incentive to do certain things, right? And so the incentive to, like, you know, create positivity in the world feels good to us, and it feels good out there too. So this is kind of selfless, really, you could say. But for some reason we've been incentivized to do it. Because why would you work so hard to do something?
Yeah.
Because it feels good. That's not selfish, is what I'm trying to say.
You're giving me like a weird clarity on life right now.
Good.
Like I suddenly feel like I'm someone who can move in any direction, but it's up to me, and how I move doesn't necessarily negatively impact anyone else. It's just a small decision that's been made. I don't have to. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, I mean, at your core, you're always going to be the same person. It's just a matter of what field you go into. I mean, you might leave golf in 2 years because something else comes up where you're like, I can actually do something here, right? Like maybe I'll go be like an inspirational speaker or something. You know, I know you have other subjects that are interesting to you. So, you know, who knows? The sky's the limit.
Yeah, I don't know.
You are a manifester, though. It's kind of crazy, like, to really reflect back. Like, if you've been listening to this whole story, it's like you had never hit a golf ball 2.5 years ago, maybe a little bit more, whatever. But like now you're here, and like, you know, I think I saw you like high-fiving Sergio Garcia and Dustin Johnson.
It's
And
funny.
like you got
Sergio
paid to do
came up
that?
to me and he was
Did you
like,
get paid to do that?
Paid to.
That's your job. Your job was to like muck about with these like major winners.
Honestly, hilarious. I didn't even know
Yeah.
who any of them were, which is
That's
the
great.
worst thing or the best thing. I was not intimidated by a single one of them because I was like, who's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like Sergio came up to me and was like, oh, we've met before. And I was like, have we? I don't think we have, Sergio. Might have looked at each other, but I don't think we met. It's weird,
Yeah.
honestly. And people have to tell me.
It would have been great if you could just hit him with, what's your name again? It would have been great if you could have just said, what's your name again? And he would have been like, so what did you think I was asking you for your name?
No.
What did you think I
thought you
said?
said if I could hit someone.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, actually.
like,
My
what?
dog almost bit Sergio, which was
Oh, good
strange.
Lord.
Yeah. He, like,
Do you want to know a
snapped
funny
at him.
story?
I do.
Um,
That's why we're here.
So, you know Podrick Harrington?
Yeah.
His first ever Instagram live was with me. And I had no idea who he was. It was set up by Wilson because I was working with them for free, helping them with their women's stuff. And he called me about 50 times, I swear down, before the Instagram live, being like, how do I use my phone? And all of that. No idea who he was.
You didn't know that he had won the Open before?
Well, someone told me, obviously. But like, okay, this sounds really stupid, but because I wasn't watching sport at all, the Open to me is like tennis or something.
A lot of people confuse the two.
Yeah. I had no
It's
idea
true, yeah.
there was even a men's Open or whatever.
Yeah.
So it meant nothing. Unless you did. And then, yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, your story is not one of like idolizing the golf game, right? Your story is one of like kind of building your own sidewalk
It's
to
the
enter.
real experience of golf, I would say, of my golf.
Yeah. Well, you call Me and My Golf would be a good title. You know them at least.
I know them.
Yeah, great. What's on your bucket list? Do you have anything that you really want to do?
What would I really like to do? I just want I want
The
a
house.
dog,
Got it.
a
Oh, the dog.
house,
Now we're adding a dog. Okay.
And I'm calling it Bruno.
Oh.
Bruno.
It's got to be a male dog.
It's going to be a red Cavapoo.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to love it with all my heart.
I like, Cavachon. I was like, Cavachon's a good dog as well.
Oh, cute. Yeah, just like a
Cavapoo.
little one.
Tiny. King Cavaliers are like some of the most amenable, like as far as behavior.
Yeah.
Very relaxed. Very, very patient.
Yeah, no, it's actually just coming back. I'm really unleashing my inner self to you.
Good.
One reason I think I like to work a lot, because if I work, I can't think.
Mm.
So I can't think about anything because I'm
Interesting.
thinking about the work I'm doing, and then you don't have any worries in your life because you're focused on other stuff.
Right.
So it makes your life better. Well, I don't know if it does, but it does. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like meditation.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like having a focus. I feel like a lot of sad, depressed, or whatever people have nothing to work on, or no purpose, or no focus. And by having that, it gives you like inspiration, motivation, and all of those things that you need to keep you going.
Yeah.
And there's so much to do in golf. It's so exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Right? It's like something to look forward to. It's like kind of like I had a big moment when I realized that I was not really a goal-oriented person. Like I actually don't like goals.
Mm-hmm.
I just enjoy it. I really find that for me the process is like I need to enjoy the process of doing it. And that was kind of so maybe we're different in that way. I don't know.
No,
maybe we're the same. Oh,
the process is extremely. You have to enjoy the process.
Yeah.
Because people are like, I want to get to a scratch handicap.
oh yeah, that's tough.
But you have to enjoy the process
Yeah.
of learning to be good at golf. And then you'll get there. Because if you don't enjoy it, you'll never get there.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Mia. That was fun.
Thank you so much.